Hello there, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by for your tarot predictions for what day? Tuesday, already the 12th of February. We're going to go ahead and start with Aries first. And so, Aries, what we have showing up for you. Actually, I want to make sure my phone is on silent because I think I forgot to do that. And it looks like I can't see you guys chatting with me, so let me fix that too. My apologies. But let's do that before we actually get started. And then once I get timestamps on this, it won't even matter. Mute that. Peel it away. Make it small. Thank you for your patience. Those of you who are already here, I really appreciate it. Shakoya, hello, hello. Glad to see you, my dear. Let's see. Okay, I think I'm good to go. So the card I pulled for Aries, and we haven't talked about yet, is the Wanderer card in reverse. Now, the Wanderer card in reverse just tells me, Aries, that you have something that you started as a leap of faith. You weren't sure where it was going to go or how long you would even do it once you started it. But you have gotten to the point that it's not really new anymore. And you have come to a decision point where you had to decide if you wanted to keep going with whatever that was. And what this card tells me is that you do decide to keep going with that. So it's to you, it seems to be worth the energy and the effort to keep this thing up. You're not willing to just let it go. Okay. I think you're kind of considering, though, what is actually best. You're kind of weighing the pros and cons before you make this decision. Okay. That's for Aries. Hello there, Anne. Glad to see you. You're having technical difficulties? Or I am because of the chat. You're probably talking about me, huh? Taurus, you're up next. These are predictions for Tuesday, February the 12th. La da 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 da. Okay, Taurus. What we have here is the Seven of Swords showing up in reverse. What is the Seven of Swords showing up in reverse? Taurus, I feel like you guys had some kind of plans that you had been working on. I'm just feeling around. That's why I'm being quiet. It feels to me like these plans are being derailed. That's what I was feeling around for, like what's going on with these plans, because with this card upside down, the way it looks to me, the plans are not coming together the way that you had thought they would. So I was kind of feeling around for, are you changing your mind about these plans? Is something out of your control happening? Is something because of somebody else happening? I do feel like there's a blend of something being out of your control that's happening that's throwing these plans off. For some of you, these plans are getting totally thrown out the window. And for others of you, this has to do with a person that is somehow involved in these plans, whether they realize they're involved or not. They may just be a moving piece that if they do this, then I can go ahead and go forward with that. And then they don't do this thing that you expect them to do. So anyway, this is talking about some kind of plan that you've been making. And I don't think it's something that like you just make it on Tuesday and it falls apart on Tuesday. I think this is something that you've been planning for a while and it gets derailed on Tuesday. Now, just because a plan is derailed doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Sometimes, what do they say? Sometimes the best answered prayers are the prayers that aren't answered. Of course, we don't know that at the time. Usually it's only in retrospect that we see that. Hello there, Patricia. Glad to see you. Glad to see you. Zuli, hello, hello. Glad you're here while I'm live. Up next, we have Gemini. Thank you guys for the thumbs up. Those of you who are benefited by these videos, please share these videos with other people so that they may be benefited as well. I like to help as many people as possible. That's why I'm here, to get in front of as many people as possible and help them all, hopefully. It doesn't always work that way since it's general readings, but you know, at least 80% would be nice. 85, 90. Anything 80% or up. Geminis. You guys have the 8 of Wands coming up. This just tells me that there's going to be a lot of communication going on between you and other people, and even around you, with people around you. So it's going to take a lot of work to stay on your toes and keep up with what all is happening with everybody you need to keep up with. All right? Whenever this card comes up, I always think of somebody who's like a personal assistant. And so this card means you've got a lot of personal stuff going on if you're the personal assistant, and your boss has stuff going on that you're expected to coordinate with other people, or your boss and other people are coordinating stuff and you have to keep up with, you know, what's going on where do certain things have to be sent, what all has to be taken care of because of these new communications. So I'm not saying that all Geminis are personal assistants, but it has that kind of feel to me. It feels like there are things going on around you that you have to keep up with. And in your own personal life, you have a lot of quick communication going on Tuesday, Geminis. Okay, next we have Cancers. This is Cancers for Tuesday, February the 12th. La da da da, la da da da, la da 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 da. Cancer, Cancer, Cancer. Okay, so Cancers, what you have showing up here is the Hanged Man in reverse. Hanged Man in reverse is telling me that you did have a situation in your life, Cancer, that was making you feel paralyzed, like you just did not know how to move forward in a productive way in that situation. Because you didn't know how to move forward in a productive way, you really weren't taking any action. Now that this Hanged Man has shown up in reverse, this is telling me that you have taken the time to consider this situation and really think it through, maybe even meditate on it. And now you see the solution and you are moving forward. And I feel like you're moving forward quickly. I mean, it is like you are out of the race stall at the shot of the gun, is what's coming through here for you Cancers with this Hanged Man in reverse, is that you found the solution. And now that you have found the solution to whatever that was holding you back and keeping you from moving forward productively, now that you've got that solution, you're like, bang, I'm out of here. I'm taking care of it. I'm getting to this resolution. We've got this, baby. That's what I see coming in for Cancers. Good for you guys. Am I getting a big snowstorm? No, I'm not. Not here. It's finally up to like a couple of degrees above freezing here today. I saw New Jersey is getting a big snowstorm. And there was snow in Arizona this morning. Okay, Leo. Hello there, Kristen. Glad to see you, honey bunny. Oh, that's warm for lately, Zuli. I think the other day I was outside and it was like 14 degrees. A couple of nights ago, our low was -5. The next night, our low was 5 degrees. So I'm happy that we're right above freezing. Leo, Leo, Leo for Tuesday, February 12th. Kristen, best to follow up with a text message or a phone call. LinkedIn, I only get to like whenever I'm not doing anything else, and then I'll feel like, okay, I don't have enough appointments to keep me busy. Let me go work LinkedIn. So text message or phone call is always going to be best if you want to get a hold of me. I don't think you're outside the U.S., but for anybody here who's outside the U.S. and you want to know the best way to get a hold of me, then go ahead and hit me up on Skype. La da 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 da. But Kristen, I know you're in the U.S. if you're who I'm thinking you are. Leo, 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 Leo. You guys have the Magician. Do they call him that in this deck? No, they call him the Shaman. This just means that you are manifesting the things that you want to manifest. Bringing things into being that you want to have into being. Maybe you got the raise that you were going for, or maybe you got the new client, or the new contract, or maybe you bought the car, or you bought the house. Maybe you're signing the contract on the house. You are bringing things into your life that you want in your life. You're manifesting what you want. Okay, good for you, Leos. Alrighty. Virgo is up next. Hi, Brian. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I had a couple of days where I was not feeling too good, so now I'm back on track. Zuli, Zuli, Zuli. This is your sun. So while I'm shuffling for Virgo, let me just announce really quickly. For those of you who don't know, I do offer live readings in 30, 45, or 60-minute increments. I also offer 1 and 2 question pre-recorded readings. You email me the reading and your payment, and I sit down and look at 5 cards for each question. Those are only for 1 or 2 questions. That's on my website. The live readings we can do via Skype or phone, or if you happen to be in the area, we can do them in person. I do live and work out of Golden, Colorado. And those of you who would like to schedule long-distance Reiki sessions, or if you're in the local area, personal Reiki sessions, either way, those also are on my website. If you check out my website and look it over and decide I'm the best provider for you, get a hold of me. I'll try to get you scheduled in as quickly as I can. The website's www.amista.info. All my contact information is there. There's Ms. Ann. No, I'm working on Libra. I'm still shuffling Libra. No, I'm shuffling Virgo right now. Next will be Libra. That is good news for Leos. I've been shuffling long enough, Brian. I still don't feel like not shuffling, which means you guys have a lot on your plate. No wonder you're hoping for a good card. Gemini is complete. Scorpio is still coming up. Okay, Virgos. Thank you for the thumbs ups, guys. Also, those of you who do feel like these little predictions benefit you, if you would share these videos with other people so that they can be benefited as well. I am here to help as many people as I possibly can, and you guys sharing this around helps me to reach more. Virgo. Sorry, Brian. You guys get the Emperor showing up in reverse. The Emperor in reverse just tells me that you are dealing with somebody who does have strong narcissistic tendencies or who is full-blown narcissistic. What are we talking about with narcissists? There's a lot of different things that we can be talking about with narcissists. You can be looking at like a narcissistic type of boss. You can be looking at a narcissistic type of family member. Somebody who is narcissist to the outside, to the general public, looks like somebody who is a wonderful, upstanding part of the community. Once you get more into this person's inner circle, you realize that they do have a Jekyll Hyde type effect. They can look wonderful, and then they can look scary. They can be very manipulative. They can have you jumping through all kinds of hoops to make them happy. What makes them happy today is not what makes them happy tomorrow or yesterday. That's always changing. They're very hard to please. They basically will do just about anything to get you to do what they want you to do, whether it's truthful, honest, or not. Okay. A lot of times when you're looking at a narcissistic person, if you're looking at somebody like this in a personal relationship, this can be somebody who has multiple romantic partners. And I don't mean multiple as in they're polyamorous and everybody knows about everybody else and it's all cool and fine and dandy. I mean multiple as in everybody's a secret from everybody else and they just need all that attention so that they can feel like if, 15 people love them, then they must be lovable. Maybe they don't have 15 partners. Maybe they only have 2 or 3, if you're lucky with a narcissist. So this is somebody that you get to deal with. Tomorrow, Virgos, all I can tell you is I hope your interaction with them is a short one. Oh, I see, Miss Angela. I already changed it on my phone. I was trying to really follow through with that. Oh, you're getting a storm in Toronto. Gotcha. You're pretty sure you know who I'm talking about? I would be surprised if you didn't. Yep, Jekyll and Hyde, Jekyll and Hyde. All right, let's see about Libra. Libra's up next. This is Libra for Tuesday, February the 12th. Let's see what we can see. Well, Capricorn hasn't been done yet. Hello there, Francine. Welcome, welcome. For Libras. You guys have an interesting card. I always think it's interesting when somebody gets a card that is in their own suit of air, earth, water, fire. And this is exactly what you have, Libra, the Queen of Swords. This basically talks about you and your own personality. This talks about being very analytical, thinking about things very logically, cutting out emotions. Cutting out emotions is kind of the big key, I think, for tomorrow. A lot of these cards even will happen like later on today, but I do just say tomorrow just because. Ba-bum-bum-bum. Yeah, I really think, Libras, you're finding yourself in a situation where it is time to cut out emotion and it's time to just be logical and sane and look at everything from that logical, sane perspective. And I think you're setting emotions off to the side. You guys generally, for the most part, not all Libras, depending on the rest of your chart, you guys, for the most part, don't necessarily see emotion as something that should be a factor in decision making anyway, even when it comes to personal relationships. And I think that you are like just really in your groove about this on Tuesday. You're really in the groove about let's look at things let's bottom line things. Let's look at things from a logical perspective. Let's set emotions aside for a minute and let's really analyze this. For some of you, this is going to be a very protective type of energy. So it's going to be where you're analyzing something about someone in your life that you would like to protect. Maybe you're helping them to analyze something. For others of you, I think you're analyzing some kind of situation to make sure that this is a good situation for you, that it's a good, healthy situation for you to be in. So definitely looking at something, analyzing it, making sure that it is really all that it's cracked up to be before you move forward with it, whether it's a relationship or whether it's a project at work or whatever. Really looking at things from a sane and logical point of view and eliminating emotions on this. All right, up next, Scorpio. You're quite welcome, Francine. Thank you for the verification. I appreciate that. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio. This is for Tuesday, February 12th for Scorpios. We've got a lot of balls in the air too today, don't we? Shuffle, 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 shuffle. Okay, we're going to call that done. I know that thought did cross my mind, Miss Angela. Okay, Scorpios. Oh, look at that. 2 cards flipped over. I didn't even realize it. Oh, wow. Wow. We got a message here, babies. I guess you're about to see, Annie. Okay, so we got the Judgment card, and the other card I didn't realize it was coming up was the 9 of Cups. Okay. Those of you who read cards pretty much know what this means without me getting into it for us, but let's go ahead and break it down. Judgment card does mean that we are making a decision that is based on not only ourselves, but other people that are involved in the situation. We're trying to consider everybody and consider what is right and what is best for everybody in this situation and not make our decision based on ourselves alone. This decision with this 9 of Cups is based on happiness. Now, this is kind of a contradictory type of situation, and you can really kind of see that in the card too, the way the Judgment Angel is turned away from the 9 of Cups card. You can see that this is contradictory. So we may be feeling pretty confused because we want to do something that's best for everybody involved and make a decision that's best for everybody involved. And on the other hand, we want to consider ourselves and our own happiness. What is going to make us happy? How can we be true to ourselves and be happy and make a judgment call that takes into account everybody's happiness? What is it that we're going to actually focus on? Does it make us the happiest to focus on what makes everybody happy? Or does it make us the happiest to focus on what's going to make us happy? So we're going to have a lot on our mind. This is kind of a big thing. And the way that these cards have come up, I think we're going to be kind of teeter-tottering all day. What is the best thing? I think a lot of us Scorpios kind of know that if we're not happy, we can't make the people around us happy because we don't have the energy to make them happy if we're not happy. We don't have that overflowing energy. And that applies for every sign. But a lot of us Scorpios have experienced that, and we've learned that lesson sometimes the hard way, many times the very hard way, because we're stubborn. Okay? But then there's also the consideration of other people here. And so we're going with, do we follow this lesson that we've learned, or do we consider other people? And are we going to be a little bit self-sacrificing with these other people? All right, so that's for Scorpios. Thank you, Ms. Annie. Okay, next up we do have Sagittarius. And this is Sagittarius for Tuesday, the 12th of February. Thank you, Patricia. Right? La da 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 da. Sagittarius. Okay. Okay, I had to really feel around in this card to see if this was you guys or someone you're interacting with, because this does fall in your suit. You do have the fox showing up in reverse. He has the Knight of Bows, I believe, in the suit. Yes, the Knight of Bows in the suit. This is someone you're interacting with, Sagittarius. And when you've got the fox in reverse, what you have is somebody who is incredibly witty, super smart, super intelligent. They also like to have a lot of fun. They like to laugh. They like to joke. They can use a lot of sarcasm. When they come in reverse, they have a little bit of an ego thing going on. All right. For some of them, it's that their self-esteem is really low. Actually, I'm going to say this. For all of them, it's that their self-esteem is really low. Some of them compensate by acting like their self-esteem is really high and by acting arrogant, just daring anybody to bluff them into their real self-esteem. But not all of them actually go into that bluff mode. Some of them, their self-esteem is just low and you can see it. What they do, because they can be sarcastic and they do like to see other people laugh and they want to detract attention from their own low self-esteem, is they can make jokes at the expense of others without even really realizing that that's hurting somebody else's feelings because they're letting themselves off the hook. Nobody's paying attention to how they feel about themselves. So they can be very sarcastic and hurtful in trying to get other people to laugh and be happy. And they don't even realize what they're doing wrong because people around them are laughing. Okay? So this is somebody that you have the lovely, joyful opportunity to, I'm hearing meet with tomorrow, Sagittarius. So just heads up. If they say things that are snotty or whatever, don't take it personal. Just know that's their way of covering their own wounds and their own low self-esteem. Because if you take it personal, then you make it your injury. If you don't take it personal, it doesn't become your injury. And there's no reason for this to become your injury just because this person is injured. Okay? That's for Sagittarius. Now, Pisces is still coming up. And hello there, Cynthia. Hello, Janine. Balance, we're not so much talking about. We're talking about this person can be a jackass sometimes. And people that they are a jackass to should not take it personally. That's what we're saying. We have other cards for balance. Capricorn. You guys are up next. I know Brian's been waiting for this one to show up. Let's see what shows up for Capricorn. And this is for Tuesday, February the 12th for Capricorns. Exactly, Cynthia. La da 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 da. Capricorn, Capricorn, Capricorn. Oh, you had a card that just flipped. You guys got a really good card, actually. Okay, so Capricorns. Y'all have the Chariot showing up here. The Chariot just tells me that there is some kind of goal or target that you're trying to reach. And this goal or target is a particular kind. It's one that not only requires your own self-determination and willpower and energy, but also at least the encouragement of others, if not the out-and-out help of others, to achieve this goal or target. And you are reaching whatever this goal or target is. It's kind of a community thing. People are working together with you on this. You're reaching that on Tuesday, or maybe even later on today, but no later than by the end of tomorrow. Okay, so that's for Capricorn. Next up is Aquarius. All right, so Aquarius, it is still your sun time. So if you would like to get a discount on a live reading, you do qualify for a 25% discount as long as you book that reading sometime within Aquarius sun time. And my website is down below in the description box if you would like to see how to book a reading with me. Okay. All right, then. Aquarius. Ten of Wands in reverse Aquarius. Couple of things that this could mean. Some of you are going to be getting out of some kind of relationship where you were holding some sort of responsibility. So for some of you, this could be a personal, like a romantic type relationship. For others of you, this could be a friendship that you're walking away from. You're setting down that responsibility. Maybe you're in a pretty serious relationship and you're just backing off. You're taking it to the next level down instead of the next level forward. And for others of you, if this is not about walking away or stepping down in a relationship, then this is going to be about taking some other kind of responsibility and letting go of it. Sometimes this is like if you take your parents to the grocery store every Tuesday, it may be that they don't need to go to the grocery store this Tuesday. Maybe they're on vacation and they're staying with their cousins or something, so they don't need to go to the grocery store. This can also be about a responsibility that you have that you forget about. Maybe you didn't write it on the calendar, something like that. And the other way that this can come in is if somebody who had given you some responsibilities now takes those responsibilities away from you. That can be a way that this manifests as well. The strongest way that I'm getting this in, though, Aquarius, is that this has to do with some kind of relationship, whether it's friendship, romantic relationship, or otherwise. I think that there's going to be a lot of you who are taking a step back in a relationship situation. Okay, that's for Aquarius. Yep, that's a really good card for Capricorns. All right, next up we have Pisces. Thank you guys for all the thumbs ups. I really do appreciate it. Those of you who benefit from these readings, thank you for sharing these videos with other people so that they may benefit as well. I am here to reach and help as many people as possible, and you guys sharing these videos and putting the thumbs ups on them actually gets those out to in front of more people so they have the choice whether they'd like to watch or not. So I really appreciate you guys' support in that. Okay, so let's look at Pisces. Pisces, uh-oh. Pisces, you got the Queen of Cups showing up in reverse. This is talking about some kind of volcanic explosion. Somebody puts the last straw on the camel's back, and you have had enough, baby. This is where you're just letting it go. This is typically Pisces. What this is somebody has been doing some stuff. Maybe even a group of somebody's have been doing some stuff, and you've been letting it slide and letting it slide and letting it slide because you're trying to be the nice person. You're trying to be the nice guy here or the nice gal here. You know, you guys are notorious for not wanting to have conflict anyway. And so what happens when you don't have conflict about something, you don't address something head on, you don't talk to somebody about something that's bothering you? Sooner or later, about the 20 millionth time that they do the same thing, you can't just let it go anymore because the burden is too big. And so all those feelings you have about all those 20 million times just comes out like a volcano. So this is what I see coming up here. So Pisces, advice, when something like this comes up, if you feel yourself getting into this energy, walk away, go write in a journal, go smash rocks together until your arms hurt, go do something to let out this energy without letting it out in such a way that it actually does damage, which when the volcano explodes emotionally like this, that is a possibility. It's not guaranteed, but it's a possibility. And then come back and talk to the person in a more logical, sane way if you can, after you've worked out some of the stress. That's the suggestion here. Not always easy, because sometimes this hits pretty quickly. You don't have time to think about, oh, I need to walk away. You have time to think about just cussing that person from head to toe. And it all just comes out. So you want to try to avoid that. All right? So that's what we have for Pisces today. All right, so that wraps everything up. Thank you all for the thumbs up, for sharing. Thank you to those of you who have ordered and will be ordering readings with me. If you think I can do well with one card on a general reading for you guys, you should really try me in a private reading. You would be blown away. Same thing, those of you who are ordering Reiki from me, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of your support in whatever form it comes, whether you're sharing videos, giving thumbs ups, whether you're ordering services from me. All of that is important, and all of that makes it possible for me to do what I love to do for my living. So thank you very much, and everybody have a fantastic, wonderful, thrilling, and peaceful day. Peace out.